My son's teacher called me in for an urgent meeting about a story he wrote. Word out he's been charging classmates to rate their book reports. She pulled out a folder containing 7 nearly identical reports, all written in my son's distinctive handwriting but signed with different students' names. I was in the middle of a client presentation when my phone started vibrating with texts from my 10-year-old school. Please call regarding Max urgent but not emergency. My heart immediately raced as I excused myself from the meeting. The school secretary was oddly tight-lipped. Mrs. Cooper would like to meet with you as soon as possible about Max's writing activities. She specifically asked that Max not be present. I rescheduled my afternoon and drove straight to Oak Ridge Academy, imagining the worst. Had Max written something violent? Inappropriate. He'd always been creative, but lately he'd been spending hours in his room writing in notebooks. He wouldn't show me. Mrs. Cooper greeted me with an expression I couldn't quite read, somewhere between concern and amusement. Thanks for coming so quickly, Miss Torres. We have a situation with Max that requires immediate attention. She pulled out a manila folder. Last week I assigned the class to write book reports on their independent reading choices. She laid out 7 handwritten papers on her desk. These were turned in by different students, but I immediately recognized something unusual. Each report had different student names at the top, but shared the same distinctive handwriting, Max's slightly slanted print with the exaggerated loops on his Y's and G's. The reports covered different books but followed an identical structure with suspiciously similar phrasing. When I questioned the students individually, they confessed that Max had written their reports for them. Mrs. Cooper continued. My jaw dropped. A fee? She nodded, now clearly fighting a smile. According to my investigation, Max has been operating what the kids call Max's book report Sadie for about 3 weeks. His rates are quite sophisticated. She showed me a small crumpled paper with Max's handwriting. Basic report, 1 page, Pelia. $2 or 1 dessert from lunch for 3 days. Deluxe report, 2 pages or $5 or a trading card mon package. 3 pages plus drawing or buy $8 or a video game rental weekend. Apparently business is booming. Mrs. Cooper added, he's made about $43 and acquired 6 new video games, a collection of point cards, an impressive stockpile of pudding cups. I didn't know whether to laugh or be mortified. I had no idea. I thought he was just writing stories in his room. He was just not his own. She paused. The most concerning part is what we found in his desk. She pulled out another paper, a waiting list with 8 names and their package choices, along with a crude contract stating that Max's book report Feda is not responsible for grades lower than B. Miss Torres, while I am impressed by his entrepreneurial spirit and writing skills, these reports are actually quite good. We obviously can't allow this to continue. I nodded, still processing. Of course I'll talk to him immediately. Here's one more thing, Mrs. Cooper said, pulling out one final paper. Exceptional. Your son has remarkable talent as a writer. He's just channeling it creatively. On the drive home, I called my sister, who nearly choked laughing when I told her that kid's going places, she said. Maybe not college right away, but definitely places. That evening, I had a serious talk with Max about academic honesty. He seemed genuinely confused about why his business was problematic. But Mom, I was helping them, and I learned about all the books anyway. I had to read them to write the reports. I explained why his factory had to be permanently closed, then asked the question that had been bothering me most. Max, why didn't you just write your own amazing report and be done with it? Why do all this extra work? He looked at me like the answer was obvious. Because I like writing, and Jason said his mom gives him $5 for every. That's not fair because you don't, so I made my own way to earn money doing something I am good at. I'm still grounding him for a week, but I also enrolled him in a young writer's workshop that starts next month. Sometimes your kids surprise you with problems you never imagined having to solve.